Here's my snowboard gear list 2024. I'm gonna show you guys what I bring to the mountain. All right, so for the main attraction, we have the Capita DOA. Personally, the best board I've ever owned. I have only owned like 3 boards total, so I can't really be the best reviewer in that aspect, but I like it. I'm about an intermediate rider, so it's an all mountain true twin. I think the flex rating is like a 5.5, which is good. You know, I like to do a little bit of everything on the mountain, so this kind of handles everything for me. Cool thing about these Capita boards is they're all handcrafted in Austria. The DOA is the mothership, the flagship board, so this is gonna be their main one, most popular one. I think if you're an all mountain resort style rider, this would be the way to go. Not too expensive, pretty affordable. Yeah, I like this one. It's never failed me so far, and the design is pretty sick. I don't think it gets much cleaner than this, to be honest. A little angel in the middle, whatever it is, I don't know. But I personally like how it's handcrafted. Austria is one of the best places to ski and snowboard, so you know that they do it well over there. For the bindings this year, we got the Union Force. These are gonna be pretty medium tier, all mountain bindings. Again, on the medium side in terms of pricing, pretty affordable, but also really good quality. You can never go wrong with Union, obviously. These ones are gonna have a flex rating about 7.0, I think, out of 10. But they are kind of sleek. Obviously, I went with the black in case I want to switch it out. Matches with pretty much any board you go with. They're nice. They're gonna have that Duraflex technology, which is gonna help depending on where you are on the mountain. Park, backcountry, doesn't matter, powdered. These are gonna be the way to go. Yeah, pretty standard stuff. Now for the jacket this year, we got the Burton GORE-TEX. This is gonna be a sleek, nice, light jacket, but it keeps you warm and dry on the mountain. If you guys wanna take a look at the logo right there. Had this one for a while. It's nothing new or anything, but it's got a nice little sleek Burton patch right there as well. Not sure if the camera will pick it up. I like this one because it keeps you mobile. You can layer underneath it, keep you nice and warm. It will keep you dry with the GORE-TEX technology. I think it's got a little bit of everything, honestly. Plenty of pockets. I always like having zipper pockets. I kind of put most of my stuff up near my chest. I like having mobility in my lower body, so I don't like having too many things in my pockets down there. Having the zipper pockets up here is always great. You know, straps tighten up so you don't get snow. Deep powder days inside, in between the glove and the sleeve. Got these nice little thumb straps right here. Keep it nice and tight if you need that. I don't really use those, but they're pretty cool. Overall, I think GORE-TEX is the way to go if you have the money to spend on a nice jacket. This would be probably the best technology you can get right now. Keeping you dry, but also light and free movement. You don't want to be stiff on the mountain, especially if you're doing park tricks. You need to be sitting up and down. Overall, I like this. One of the cool things about it is this drawstring. You can tighten it over here. You won't get any powder or snow. You won't get wet. It kind of wraps around you like that. Definitely one of the most underrated things about having a good snow jacket is it kind of suction cups near the waist. So you won't have to worry about getting snow really up in there. So yeah, pretty nice one. Got a nice hood to go along. Fits over any helmet pretty much in case it's really cold. But you know, these are things that as someone in California don't really need to layer up too much. So this is a nice light one. Sometimes I unbutton it, just flow like that, but I like having the full coverage and being snug in case, you know, trying different tricks, you fall, you don't want to be wet leaving the mountain. Now for the helmet, this year I went with the Smith. Went with a nice light blue. It's personally my favorite color. Chargers fan, like having this powder blue, looks sleek as well. This is a good one. You always want to make sure you're looking at MIPS. I think in 2024, pretty much all helmets should have MIPS. It's really good for your brain. It'll protect on impact. It's got a little BOA technology right there. Tighten it if you need to. I don't really tighten it. I don't like to be too constricted on my head. It kind of cuts off blood flow sometimes, but for people with smaller heads, this is going to be really clutch to keep it nice and snug. It's got a lot of insulation right here inside the helmet as well, keep you nice and warm in case you're not wearing a beanie or like one of those balaclava things. It's gonna be coming really clutch on those days where it's not too cold, but also, you know, a little chilly. You don't want to have too many layers. This is actually removable, but I'll keep it in there, extra snug, more protection. Once again, the MIPS technology is gonna be great. This little hook for put it in the strap of your snowboard goggles. Comes in clutch. Sometimes the goggles go flying, you hit a nice bump, take a crash, take a fall, goggles get stuck here. You won't have to worry about losing them up on the mountain. Let's give it a little test. This is what it looks like. You might think I look goofy, it's fine. Keeps me nice, snug, warm. Ears are nice and warm all the time. Fits perfectly. You can tighten it, obviously, with the BOA or with the straps. Got nice MIPS technology. I've personally taken a lot of falls, never had any issues, always stays nice and tight. Honestly, forget I'm wearing it half the time. It does pair well with the goggles. Go ahead and give that a try. So these are some pretty thick, wide lens goggles. But as you can see, fits perfectly. Still have plenty of nose room, all that. So I personally recommend Smith, great brand. When you're looking to buy a snowboard helmet, for sure look into MIPS. MIPS technology is gonna save you, get you those extra brain cells. No CTE, we don't want that around here. For those of you who like to go hard, you don't wanna hit your head on some ice patches or anything, so always wear a helmet when you're going out. Now for goggles this year, we're going with the Oakley Flight Deck M's. These are about a medium size. They're kind of wide. I do like that. Full coverage. I don't like it's anti-fog, so when you're breathing, it's cold out, anything like that, you're not going to get fog up in the goggles. Personally, it has that ridge lock technology when you want to switch out in between lenses. California, I think these kind of work mostly best. It's usually sunny out. If not, just go with something a little less tinted. This isn't that tinted to begin with, but I like it. Very durable straps. These feel like they could last a lifetime. Got the adhesive technology, sticks to whatever kind of material you're wrapping it around. I usually put it over the helmet. Never had any issues there. Nice soft, comfortable technology here. Not itchy, like perfect cloth. I love it. Never even noticed that I'm wearing it half the time. Yeah, overall just a solid pair. Oakley is a great brand. You can never go wrong with Oakley. The specs on this thing are, you know, honestly, it's one of the best on the market right now. I think for the price, maybe like 100, 150, these are good goggles you can get for sure. Now for one of the most important things you're gonna need on the mountain to stay comfortable, there's obviously, you know, the bindings, the board. In my opinion, even more importantly is the boots. I've had problems being comfortable on the mountain with boots. I recently just picked up the Vans High Standard Pros, and these are awesome. They look amazing, they feel amazing. As someone who's sort of like an intermediate rider, I'm not too good. I wouldn't consider myself a professional at all, but you know, having a little bit more stiffness is great for responsiveness. You won't have to worry too much about having a loose ankle in there. You know, heel side, toe side turns, you're gonna get that responsiveness, especially on the toe side for sure. Feels very durable, very sturdy. You have a lot of grip on the bottom. A lot of these boots, they're kind of smooth. You don't want really to be that smooth on the bottom. On icier days, especially in California, there's not too much powder. You're gonna be slipping, trying to get on the lift. It's happened to me a few times. But these are gonna help you grip, really dig into that snow, that iciness, if there is that, and you won't have to worry too much about losing your grip, especially with, you know, getting on the lift, using that one kick. I like the laces. I personally prefer laces. I had BOA technology on my last boots, and they ripped on one of the runs, and there's really nothing you can do. If that BOA snaps, you have to go get it repaired. You can't just have an extra pair of lace and lace it up, which is why I think from now on I'm gonna be going with the laces, so that in case that happens on the mountain, just have an extra pair of laces, switch it out, and you won't have your day ruined. You really do need to have a nice snug boot. Otherwise, you're gonna have your ankle be kind of loose, and you're gonna have a sore ankle halfway through the runs for sure. I do think this is more on the stiffer side, but for those of you who are like beginner, intermediate, and you don't need too much looseness, you're not doing too many tricks out there, it's gonna be a great one for you. Again, the Vans, one of the sleekest out, just in terms of look in general. You don't feel like you're wearing a snowboard boot half the time. It kind of feels like you're just wearing regular shoes. Really thick insoles right here. Not gonna take them out for the purpose. I don't really see a point to take them out here, but your foot's gonna be nice and snug in there, so nice and warm. I don't think it's necessary to really double layer socks with these. In the past, some boots are pretty thin. You do need to double layer up, but these ones are nice and insulated, and one of the sturdiest boots you can get on the market. High Standard Pros, highly recommend those. All right, one of the most important things I like to bring, it's just a personal preference really, is these lower body padding. These go around your waist, thigh, hips, tailbone. The tailbone one is most important for me. I think if you're new to snowboarding, or even just starting to get a little bit better, you want to start hitting rails, boxes, anything like that, you're gonna fall. You're gonna fall, and most likely you're gonna fall on your tailbone, and that does hurt a lot if you're landing on hardwood, things like that, poles, anything, even icy conditions. This has saved me a lot from getting just extra bruising. It might save your bones from breaking. I think invest in one of these, Amazon, 10-15 bucks. Doesn't matter what brand really, just get something to protect that lower body, especially if you're newer. Sometimes it can feel a little uncomfortable because when you first start out, you're not used to having like these paddings on you, but once you start riding, you really don't even notice that they're there, and they are a lifesaver if you want to step out of your comfort zone and start trying some new things.